Hey everyone, welcome back to another apartment renovation. This is actually one of my favorite apartments, not only to renovate, but also to play in. I feel like it's the most realistic size that is offered in the game for apartments, and it doesn't have all those like funky traits that the ones in San Martino come in. I mean, you can add in traits if you'd like, but it doesn't come with like the mouse holes or the noisy neighbors or haunted or gremlins or anything like that. It's just a basic apartment. So I really do like playing in this one, and renovating it is kind of fun. I also try to switch up the floor plan every time I do it. So this time, this is a one bedroom, one bathroom, open concept living area apartment. Essentially, it could be a two bedroom, but I had in mind that this sim would be a fashion designer. So I gave them an office for that, which is what I'm working on right now. I kept the colors very playful, although somewhat on the muted side. I didn't want to go for too bright of a color, although I guess some could argue that the blues in here are a little bit bright, but I kept that orangey wood tone to sort of give it that more muted feel because I didn't want it to be too flashy, but I did add in a lot of different colors as you'll see as I go along. And I just really wanted to clutter up this space. I felt like there would be fabric and designs and arts and crafts stuff just everywhere in the room. And I definitely sized a lot of stuff down. You could see I did that with the boxes and the knitting cart that I put in front of the boxes. And I thought that this would just be like a great home office style. And of course, I love these modular wardrobe pieces for that as well because she has different clothes hanging and the shoes and boxes everywhere. And that file box I thought was a good idea for like maybe pattern designs or stuff like that. And I, of course, unlocked that fashion designer board and put that above her desk. Um, the one behind it is also a desk, but I did not put a chair on it. I figured that would just be like a work table for her and she would move the chair around if needed, sort of thing. And of course, I put these towels up here from spa day, but I figured they would just be like fabric scraps that she's using. So I thought that was a good little add-on. And this hanger from laundry day, more fabric. And then I just really like those pictures. I thought it could be like photographs of designs she's done, maybe close-ups or stuff like that. I just really liked it. And the mannequin busts, of course, things she would work on. And then that is pretty much it for this room here. Again, I just felt like it was a really good cluttered workspace for her, and you'll see the rest of the house does not have that cluttered feel. It is very clean and organized, and starting with that idea is her bedroom. Again, working with the new modular pieces because she is a fashion designer, I figured she would have a fabulous closet, or he. I did this with a female sim in mind, but it doesn't have to be. The colors are very neutral. The living space is yellow, and the bedroom here, as you can tell, is well, it starts out green, but I switch it to gray. So I put those floor to ceiling mirrors in here. I thought that was a good touch. I imagined that those drawers on the bottom would be like a bench. Obviously, your Sims can't really sit there, but I imagined that was the purpose of them to sort of like sit and put your shoes on or sit and do makeup, that kind of thing. And here you can see I swapped the bed swatch to the gray. I thought that the wood tones just fit better that way. And with the curtains, I added in a little bit of pink only because I felt like the wood that I used for the drawers and the wardrobe had that pink undertone to it, opposed to the other woods that have maybe the more yellow or brown undertone. So I did keep this room a little bit more on the warm side for colors, except for the gray. But to me, gray is neutral. It's neither cool or warm. I could be wrong, but that's just my interpretation of it. Um, it seems like the mirror glitches have fixed themselves a little bit. You can see in the mirror here, you're actually seeing the reflection of the room instead of just the reflection of outdoors. It's not completely fixed though, because when you zoom in, you do get the reflection of outside again. Don't know why, but it seems like they are slowly fixing it, so that's good. Little side note. And I did just go ahead and put stuff in all these cubby slots there. I figured she would have a lot of baskets, along with her like makeup and hair and all that stuff. Added a couple photographs, but like I said, I kept the rest of the house pretty basic. Not basic, but uncluttered as a sort of contrast to her workspace, which is very cluttered. Not because necessarily she's messy, but just because she has a lot of projects going on. Words, hello. Um, just sort of to show that she's successful in her career, I guess would be what I'm trying to portray. I don't know. I did decide to keep the bathroom in this speed build, even though it is really simple, really basic. Um, yeah, I just figured I would keep it in because it is such a small remodel. But as you can see, I really didn't do much in here, just a basic white bathroom. I did add the laundry in here and an ironing board. Not much for decorations, just a couple bathroom clutter items, and that's it for the bathroom. Very, very simple. Um, yeah, and then onto the open living area. I had a little bit of trouble figuring out how I wanted this kitchen to be. I did decide on cutting off that entryway. I figured that would be okay. I didn't put anything over those counters right there, so it is sort of like an open line of sight when you walk in, even though it is a bit cluttered, but I figured that would be all right. Um, and it did feel realistic to me, almost like a mini hallway to match the hallway going towards the back of the apartment, which is also sort of a bit of dead space, but it is what it is. I don't know. And then over here, again, played more with the modular furniture. I really am liking this. I know I'm sort of overusing it, but I do genuinely like these pieces that came with the interior decorator design game pack. It's game pack, right? Yes. And I'm still struggling a little bit snapping all these pieces together. You can see that here. I don't know if it's me or if it's just how they snap together. It could very well just be user error. I'm aware of that, but I did end up getting it to look like what I wanted it to look like in the end, so not a huge deal. It did just take me a little bit of extra time. In this area here, it's a little funky looking, I'll admit that, but I do like how it turned out with the bookshelves behind the eating area. Sort of used up that space a little bit more than had I just made it a seating area, I think, because I didn't want to put the table flush behind the couch. I sort of just wanted a little something different there. So I think it worked out. You can let me know in the comments below what you think about that. And then I did put up the broom and dustpan because I figured it's realistic. And again, I put stuff in all these little cubby holes that things snap to. Again, the boxes I think are just a really nice touch, and it's something that you would have a multiple of, when you go to Target and you go in for like a thing of Windex and you walk out with $200 in your cart. I know that's not just me, but I figured that would be what The Sim did here, where they just got like an abundance of the same boxes because they looked cute. Yeah, that was my thought for that. But anyhow, I didn't do a lot of clutter in the kitchen either. And as you can see, I didn't include a stovetop. I just did the oven and actually ended up getting rid of the sink. I know not everyone's a fan of that. It wouldn't happen in real life, but in The Sims, there's a sink in the bathroom, so not a big deal. And there is a dishwasher, but I figured the more counter space would be more useful. So I did that, and it just means your Sims can't have things like mac and cheese, but that's fine. They can still cook things in the oven. It's all good. They'll eat, not a big deal. But that is it for this apartment here. I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed these screenshots. And if you did, please subscribe. It's free and it helps me out. Like, comment, all that fun stuff. And I will see you all next time. Bye.